Heyo everybody, it's Voltage, and we are back for another Pokerogue video. Now, this one's going to be a bit different, and you saw the title already, which is Pokerogue 1 year later. So what this video is going to be is actually going to be me kind of checking out the results of a year of Pokerogue. So at the time of recording this, it is May 12th. It's, well, 3 in the morning, but it is May 12th. And 2 days ago marked 1 year since I uploaded my first Pokerogue video. Now, I've talked about Pokerogue and what it means to me in a few videos, and what I wanted this video to be was an appreciation video and a box showcase. I've done Pokerogue every week, multiple times a week, most of the time, for a year. And it truthfully revolutionized, if I can speak, my channel. It revolutionized my channel a lot. It's the first real traction I ever got. It has a special place in my heart. Most of you who subscribed came from a Pokerogue video somewhere along the way, and that means so much to me. So we're gonna take a little tour through this box. We're gonna talk about just what it means to me as a thank you, and it'll lead into my plans for a run culminating this, kind of coming full circle. Whether that be a part 2 video where the run actually happens, or whether it happened at the end of this video, I actually don't know yet, but I didn't want to like plan this too deep. I want it to still be me, be very raw and truthful and not necessarily emotional, quote unquote, but you get it, right? Fully invested. So I don't want to show off like each individual Pokemon, right? Because I feel like that would be a little much, but let's start by looking at the unlocks. So let's look at our not caught individuals of each gen. So we'll see if we've managed to get everything first. So in Gen 1, the only Pokemon we're missing, even past Mewtwo, the only one we're missing is Zapdos. Crazy that Zapdos has been missing all this time, but it's the only Mon missing in Gen 1. So all in all, that looks pretty good. And we can kind of just go through each gen. So we got our like uncaught, right? Then we can look at our shinies. So not shiny and uncaught taken off. This is what we got for our Gen 1 shinies. Probably should show off, we'll save the shinies at the end for everything. We'll show off all the shinies. And we'll show off all the ribbons as well. So this is what we're missing in Gen 1. In Gen 2, we are only missing 2, and I've been looking for this for a hitter. Celebi is the big hitter I'm missing. It's one of my favorites. He would have been great in several recent challenges, including the event that was live as I recorded this. And Suicune is someone else I'm missing. And Ho-Oh, funny enough. But I have seen Ho-Oh, but I'm missing those 3 big ones. Ho-Oh would also be a great pickup, but makes sense. I mean, only legends, but legends to say. I mean, most what's going to be missing is legends at this point, if not all it's going to be missing. Then we get into Gen 3, and it's Kyogre, Rayquaza, and Jirachi. I am very happy to have picked up Groudon, to have picked up the Reggies, Latios, and to pick up Deoxys. Mon I love. Kyogre is one I like a lot. Jirachi is one I like a lot. And Rayquaza is one I love. I still haven't gotten. Not for lack of trying, including a recent video. So, you know, Town's cookie crumbles. A year later, still haven't got the boy. Same with Arceus here. No Arceus yet. And this is criminal. Almost all of this is criminal, dude. No Arceus. No Darkrai, who y'all know I love with a passion. No Darkrai. No Giratina. No Dialga. No Palkia. Hurts. But Regigigas. Big W on my boy. I love him. Glad to have him. Gen 5. Actually need to click over here. Gen 5 is missing Victini. That'd be a banger pickup. Missing Reshiram and Zekrom and Kyurem. And Meloetta. And Cobalion. Is Keldeo not... Oh, he's right here. I have Keldeo. I just haven't used it before. So, yeah, we're missing a few, including this region's, all its big bangers. So, still many more legendary eggs to hatch and see what we get. Many Mon we're missing, man. Many Mon we're missing in the legendary side. We'll talk about that at the very end of the legend show-off, what we're missing here. Gen 6, we're missing Yveltal. We do have Xerneas. Very cool. And that's it, actually. Wow, just Yveltal. I mean, Gen 6 doesn't have that many Mon, but pretty good. I think that's pretty successful. I can't lie. Gen 7, we do have a lot of them on, a lot of the Ultra Beasts as well. You are missing a few. Tapu Koko is missing. Tapu Lele is missing. We're missing Nihilego. We're missing Pheromosa. Also missing Necrozma. This is a big hitter. This is on my wish list. This is a Mon I want very badly. I've seen it, but I want it. I want Necrozma in my box. Marshadow, which is so funny because on my main account, Marshadow was one of the first Mon I ever got. He was such a big help. I think he was like my first win. Was using Marshadow, and I haven't even seen one in this one. So pretty crazy. We're also missing Satakataka. We do have like Zeraora, for instance, though, which is pretty cool too. And of course, we do have Cosmog, who's the big hitter behind Necrozma. Got Magearna, which is good. And we're missing Melmetal as well. Never even seen. On top of not having, just never even seen. Pretty crazy stuff, right? Gen 8. We are missing... Well, first to show this off, the GOAT Zacian, yes. He was... We need to talk about him, honestly, because Zacian was, for a long period on this channel, the goal. I said, like, it took me 9 months. I think it was either 8 or 9 months. It took me specifically chasing this guy. He was the best in Pokerogue for a long time. He was the dream to acquire because you pretty much had a win condition. He's the reason that Eternatus right now has Flamethrower. Steel types as a whole were a big part of that, because even like Klefki was able to kind of wall him. But this guy, especially Zacian, is the main reason, and Klefki probably would be like the runner-up, that Eternatus now has Flamethrower. So he was just the all-star pick. I chased him down, finally hatched him, didn't even catch one. I tried to catch him so many times, never did. But finally hatched the guy, and has also won a run with him and unlocked his ability. So I've had great experience with Zacian. Glad I got him. Very happy about it. Eternatus, you can't actually get Eternatus until you get quite literally everything else. So, I mean, I haven't even beaten the game yet. There is still so much more content I can do besides my own challenges. I'm still hunting eggs and trying to get Mon, you know, trying to finish this off. We're missing Regidrago, is not there. This is Spectrier, who's missing. Anoramis is missing. And then, who is this? Is this 6? Oh, this is Articuno? Is that it? Yeah, that's Galarian Articuno. Weird sprite, but yeah, it's Galarian Articuno who's missing. So we don't have Galarian Zapdos either. Both of these two are missing. So lots more to hunt there. And honestly, I haven't really taken a good look at my box like this in a while, so it's really starting to put some stuff into perspective. We're missing Great Tusk. We're missing Iron Jugulus. We're missing Sandy Shocks. These are all things we need to hatch, of course. Chiyu is still missing. I forget this thing's name, but it's the Paradox Suicune is still missing. Then, this is one of the new guys. Oh, his name slipped my mind, but it's one of the trio. He's missing. Same with Ogerpon, who I've somehow seen. I think it was Penny who had Ogerpon. The future Cobalion's missing, and then this is Pecharunt is missing as well. So, honestly, for all the one missing, let's just look at only Uncaught. And then all gen. So this is it. We're missing, what is this? 3, 6, 9, 18, 27, 36, and then 44. We have 44 Pokemon that we're missing. Now, 44 out of over, 1,000 plus is pretty good. But there are a lot of hitters here, and guess what? They are all legendary or paradox or mythical. All top tier Mon, which means that we need lots of eggs, lots of wins, legendary eggs, all that stuff, to complete the Pokédex fully, which is a goal, so long as you guys keep enjoying Pokerogue and the game is live, this is something I want to do. I want to continue hunting these Mon. I want to eventually fill this up and culminate in the greatest reward in getting Eternatus. I know plenty of people have done it in way shorter time who've just been grinding, but to me, this is a journey with you all. And I think the people who've done it so fast or done it forever ago are amazing. But for me, my success would come doing these videos for y'all, doing your challenges, doing my challenges, and naturally just completing this game. It would be phenomenal to me, right? So there's what we're missing in catches. That was something I wanted to talk about. And let me know in the comments down below. Do you think I should switch from the shiny eggs to hunting legendaries, chasing legendaries? Now, I'm not sure if I want to do that per se. But maybe if I do a video and I notice the legendary is out for the week for that day, I might chase it. Maybe. I don't know. I really love chasing the shinies. So I feel like that's more valuable, and this is going to be our probably next section we're about to get into. But let me know what your preference is as viewers, what you think I should do, and I will happily keep that in mind. With that being said, let's check out shinies. So, shinies here. This is our box of shinies. All in all, we've got 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54, 63, 72... and then 81 minus 2 is 79. 79 shinies. 79 species of shiny. Not counting dupes. So for instance, we've got 2 Grimer's forms. We've got 2 Krabby forms. 2 Magikarps. So having 79 shinies so far is pretty good. I don't know how good though. Like, should I have had more? a year later than 79 shinies. I feel like it's a lot, though. You know, it's a 79, right? 79 species of shiny. Most common, but a couple of hitters. No legends, though. We do have, well, I guess technically we have Zarude as a mythical. He's got his shiny. And then we've also got a Paradox as a shiny. So there's a couple of hitters, but we could definitely use a lot more in the shiny department. This is what I've been working on the most because they're so valuable for runs. Even more than the legendaries, the shinies add so much, especially when they're good. Hence why I'm trying to build up this box full of shinies. And we have gotten a lot of trash, but a lot of bangers, like some mon I absolutely love. I can't speak, but like Duskull, who I love a lot. Turtwig's amazing and has, you know, this blue one. He's great. He may not be one of my tops, but he's there. Fletchling, Magikarp, actually, Gyarados, this is phenomenal to pick up, right? So, Trapinch is right here, another mon I love. And a lot of mon who have been good and useful in these runs and challenges. So it has been super cool to build this up. I mean, we can even look past this more specifically. We can have our yellow shinies right here. We got our blue shinies, which is 9 plus 9 minus 3, so 15. 15 of these guys, which is pretty cool. And then our red shinies, which we have 10. Only 10 red shinies after a year. That's how epic they are. And of, like, good ones, if I were to say which ones are good, Magikarp. Pugina's okay, especially early game. I've had good experiences with it. You could say that Azumarill is good, too. You could say that. Not really a Skitty, not really on Grimer. Snorunt, maybe with the right build. Maybe he needs another chance to really show off. Suwaddle, same thing. Kind of hit or miss, especially in Pokerogue, but it's had some use for sure. Zorua has been a cool one to run. They've had some use. Pyukumuku, as much as I don't like them on, has done me well the times I've used him, I have to admit. And Indeedee has been pretty solid as well, and the luck makes it so worth it, so valuable. Look at this guy at 4. Gotta lower that cost soon enough. But yeah, so really cool, really fun mon. I've had a great time using them and collecting these shinies, and I look forward to collecting many more and seeing how this box shakes out over time. You know, the event did me right in some more shinies, and even though events are going to decrease in how often they drop, I will still be doing runs, still be chasing eggs, still be hoping for shinies, and seeing how this box looks past that. And the next part are the ribbons. These are my winning mon, and honestly, a lot more than I thought. And this is pretty special to me the most. You know, when I was on my main account, I beat Pokerogue like once. I used to struggle in this game a lot. I still do. I reset now because you guys like that better for content. But, you know, I had plenty of struggles to get where I am now. And I feel as though I have gotten a lot better at taking wins. Even if I'm not very good, I would not claim to be a great Pokerogue player by any means. I think I have improved in the last year, and I like that. We've got Charmander, Abra, Machop, Ghastly, Magikarp, Lapras, Eevee, Aerodactyl, Teddiursa, Swinub, Mudkip, Taillow, Ralts, Azurill, Spheal, Beldum, Groudon, Turtwig, Gible, Regigigas, Oshawott, Drillbur, Suwaddle, Sandile, Zorua, Solosis, Pawniard, Landorus, Fletchling, Phantom, Pumpkaboo, Zygarde, Diancie, Pikipek, Stuffle, Palosand, Jangmo, Kartana, Blipbug, Nickit, Roly-Coly, Milcery, Snom, Indeedee, Arctozolt, lost him Duraludon, the Goat Zacian, of course, that's coming for a win after all that work, Quaxly, Tinkatank, Flamigo, Wodshen, and Iron Leaves. Looking back, remembering some of these wins, some vaguer than others, some really deep, we've gotten a lot of successful videos, a lot of successful wins, a lot of mon who have earned their ribbon here, and honestly, a real completionist goal, like if I were to ever, who knows how long this would take, man, but if I were to ever finish Pokerogue before the game died in popularity, if I was to mark my all-time goal, which I don't think is possible, but if it were to happen, it would be every mon has a ribbon. Using every mon, winning with every mon, to have every single mon in this game have a ribbon. That is where I think I would retire and say, I've done it all. I've beaten Pokerogue with every single Pokemon. It was fun. But as you can see, that's a long ways off. First, we gotta get those mon. Then Then we got to win with those Mon, and that's a lot more videos to talk about. But there are a couple here who really stick out to me, other than the ones I mentioned, and you heard my tone. Obviously, having a win with my favorite Pokemon of all time means a lot, and we definitely want to use some candies here. These are just buying eggs, but I will do so. His cost is at minimum. I'm going to buy 2 eggs and hope that I can get a shiny of him, you know, or hit more moves. I'm going to be using him again. It's not the last time you've seen my goat. And I hope that either I have a new egg move or a shiny by the time I use him again, but he will return. Another big hitter is, you know how much I love Gyarados. I used him in almost every run for so long. Getting a win with him was beautiful, and I'm glad we did. I hate that EV counts as every EV form getting a win, because I really feel like there's just so much more potential there, and it's kind of a waste. But I guess it's so people didn't just farm EV forms, but still, though, you know? That kind of sucks. Another one that really sticks out to me, Drillbur was another like mainstay back in those days, especially for those of you who remember. He won before I ever unlocked a lot of his stuff. So one day he'll be back as a starter to really show them off later. But you guys remember the Excadrill days, the Gyarados days, like it was every video practically I had them with a spot on the team if the challenge allowed it. I was really trying back then. Regigigas is just one of my favorite Pokemon. I'm glad that I was able to get a win with him despite how bad he can be. I'm glad that that worked out nicely, you know. Fletchling, you guys remember this, one of the OGs as well. Fletchling, for a while, I didn't fully understand what they were working with, and then I did. And once I understood how crazy Fletchling was, I had a great time. This is before it had any moves, really, except for, like, Drill Run. And now Fletchling is so much better, and I love this Pokemon. I would love to use it again in the future. It was good. It was great, really. Zygarde, you guys know he's been so popular lately. I've used this Mon too much these days, and I had a lot of fun with it. I'm glad he's got a win under his belt now, so I can kind of put him to rest for a while. I say that like he's not going to pop back up sometime soon, but he's been great. Picky Peck really did teach me a lot. This guy's amazing. He's ridiculously busted, and I had so much fun using him. He is an outstanding Pokemon, and really how they let him shine in Pokerogue just elevated him so much on my list. I wish he worked like that in general, but he would be so busted it'd be insane, right? Past that, obviously Zacian we talked about, and I'm just glad to win with a Mon that I spent 9 months of my life chasing. I'm glad that he's gotten a win. I'm glad that it was worth it. It was worth it, indeed. And finally, Flamigo. Flamigo, you guys put me onto this guy as well. He's even better than he was when I won with him. He is probably the reason, truthfully, we won that first run. Thunderous Kick debuffing Eternatus was just beautiful. And I miss him. I haven't used him in a very long time because I've already won with him, and he's usually being like fighting for a slot that doesn't belong to him. I usually have a Mon already covering his types, and I have an excuse to use him, but I wouldn't mind doing so. And Wo-Chen is an honorable mention. I love this guy. I'm glad he has a win. I've always been kind of repping this guy, even though he's not very good. But he did justice to me, and I'm happy about that. And I've caught him 5 times. I have an extra move on him in Fury Wrath. I really should use him again in a run at some point. But, yeah. So, that's the Mon. That's what's special to me. And then finally, if you're curious, the last thing I want to show off in this video is... where is it? Oh, ribbons. Take those off. Last thing I want to show off is, wait, that was all the ribbons, right? Ribbon, yes. Was I missing some? No, I think that was all of them. No, I think I only, did I only have, no, I didn't only have shinies on. This should be it, this should be it. Yeah, that's all of them, that's all of them. I was getting mixed. So, the last thing I want to show off is kind of a special thing to me, which is the originals. So, there's a video I have on the channel, which, like I said, this is 1 year since Pokerogue, right? Well, the video I'm referring to is the first Pokerogue I ever dropped. So, I have 2 playlists of Pokerogue. Some of you may not know this. I have 2 playlists. The first playlist is Pokerogue Challenge Runs. There are 67 videos in there at the time of me recording this. 68, which this one will somewhat count. But to be fair, I might put it in the old Pokerogue one. We'll see. But 67 videos. And that's one. If you go back further along all my plays on the channel, this one's further back. This is since we got our first run. Our first win, really. There's Pokerogue Classic Runs. This is back in 2018. 2019. 2020. 2021. 2022. 2023. 2024. 2025. 2026. 2027. 2028. 2029. 2030. 2031. 2032. 2033. 2034. 2035. 2036. 2037. 2038. 2039. 2040. 2041. 2042. 2043. 2044. 2045. 2046. 2047. 2048. 2049. 2050. 2051. 2052. 2053. 2054. 2055. 2056. 2057. 2058. 2059. 2060. 2061. 2062. 2063. 2064. 2065. 2066. 2067. 2068. 2069. 2070. 2071. 2072. 2073. 2074. 2075. 2076. 2077. 2078. 2079. 2080. 2081. 2082. 2083. 2084. 2085. 2086. 2087. 2088. 2089. 2090. 2091. 2092. 2093. 2094. 2095. 2096. 2097. 2098. 2099. 2000. 2001. 2002. 2003. 2004. 2005. 2006. 2007. 2008. 2009. 2010. 20 back, well, a year ago, back when I had not beaten Classic. So every time I played, it was a challenge or a theme or a Pokemon I was using to get my first win. And the finale was the finale video. It was the end of our road through Classic. 41 videos. That first video is called Pokemon is a Phenomenal Game. My first run. When I started Pokerogue, when I did that first video, I quite simply was just a fan of Pokerogue. I loved the game so much that, and I was playing on my own time so much that I thought I would use it with you guys. I'd bring it here. Back at this time, I was at 30 subscribers, right around there. Maybe I hadn't even hit that yet. I was at about 30 subscribers. I said, well, I like the game. Let's start making videos on it. Did a video. You guys actually started rocking with that, and Pokerogue soared from there. A year later, that video has almost 1,000 views. As for my channel since then, my top 3 videos now, because I just recently had a video cross into 2nd place after so long, my top 3 videos are Pokerogue. All 3 of them. And it's actually kind of crazy to me which Pokerogues actually take the top. In case you're curious, I should probably show this, right? Instead of just yapping. So this is it, right? So I can actually show you guys this. I got a couple of videos, as you can see in the backlog here, a number of things upcoming. Just ignore that for now. What we're going to look at here, and that's actually part 2 for a video you guys probably saw before this. We're going to sort this by views. These are the best videos on my channel, in case you're curious. These are the videos that have hit the very top. The best video of all time on my channel, by far, 3.7, is this one. Pokerogue Randomizer 2. This is back when we used to have the rankings board. I have no idea why they got rid of this, by the way. I don't know. But this was Pokerogue Randomizer 2 D&D edition. This is on Viewer's Choice Teams back when I started that for the first time. And you guys wanted me to see a challenge mixing D&D and randomness. This is before they added that wonderful random button that you see right there on the side. This wasn't a thing yet. So I made up my own way to randomize it. And you guys loved it. You know, let's hit that big 50. I'm gonna like myself for once. Hit that big 50. But yeah, it was great. And there are many of you who I, still know and appreciate, like Nierda, like Blade, Sepperoni, all of you though, Lanny Magnet, everyone who commented here, and many of you who commented multiple times. Some of you I haven't seen in a long time, but you guys were the start. You were the start. And it means so much to me. It really does. It really does. So, thank you. Each of you who's commented, especially for Pokerogue, but on everything. It changed YouTube, and we'll talk about that in a second. But this right here, it has actually updated. But depending on when you look, this video has actually surpassed this video. So this is Randomizer the original, the 2.6. This needs to update on YouTube. On the YouTube app, it updates faster, but when it does, it will be in second. I believe at about 2.7. Didn't mean to click that. About 2.7K. King Gambit is then 4th. Randomizer is 3rd. And funny enough, of all things, this Ultra Ego video is next. Right? And I know this is a lot of like details on here. If you're curious, there's a little behind the scenes voltage, right? But thinking about it, man, a year later, we're having a video that I made for Pokerogue jump up the side. In fact, actually, I thought there was another which is about to be here very recently. I need to go look at the dashboard. Or let's go back to content. There's a video, go back to normal, which is what date, I think? Yeah, so you go back here. It is the spring event. Sorry, that's the one that's about to replace it. You see it's at 2.8? It's at 2.8. The spring event is the one that's taking 2nd place and dethroned it. Then 3rd, 4th, 5th. Top 5 is all Pokerogue. You keep looking. Most of it's Pokerogue until you get to this Jiren video. It is no understatement to say Pokerogue is what gave this channel life. And I'll always appreciate Pokerogue the game and the viewers who took the time to watch it and who decided that I'm worth watching, that my videos are fun, that you enjoy them, that you submit comments and ideas and requests so much that I haven't even gone through all my own ideas because I'm having so much fun constantly doing you guys' challenges, what you want to see. I've met amazing people from the oldest fans a year ago to the newest fans of recent times, the last 6 months, 5 months, 4 months, 3 months, even those of you who've only started commenting within the last 2 or 1 month, and all of you who don't comment, who watch the videos even if you don't say anything, which is perfectly fine, and I love you for it all the same. You guys are beyond amazing. Beyond amazing. And Pokerogue means a lot to me. Like I mentioned earlier, and I'll probably pull this back up. We'll come back to this in a minute. I want to go back to the playlist I was talking about before. But like I mentioned to you guys, if I can find the old Pokerogue, it is a while back now, man. It's a while back. Right here. Like I mentioned to you guys, when I started Pokerogue, I just had 30 subscribers. Now, we are just about to hit 700 at the time we record this video. The growth's been amazing. I said this recently with the 500, 600 video. I had a video talking about what's next for Voltage RPGs, announcing stuff. There was a number of things in there, streaming, channel memberships, maybe merch at some point, right? A little bit, just for like, like a little few things. Maybe like 10 t-shirts just for, 10 OGs of the channel when it was this small, I talked about some stuff like that, and I talked about gratitude, especially for everything you guys have done. I never want to fail to show how grateful I am. I talked about that and how much Pokerogue changed things. So I don't want to harp on those same points. You guys have watched them, but I do just want to say it's no exaggeration that this changed my life in a way. I'm not some rich and famous YouTuber right now. I'm just a guy with 700 or almost 700 subscribers. But there were many times where I struggled. There were times where I've mentioned these stories to you guys before. Some of you may have heard them, and a lot of you who are new maybe haven't, which is why sometimes I reiterate. There were times where I was just getting started. One day I'd always dreamed of making YouTube videos. Since I was a kid, I used to, I asked my great-grandmother for an Elgato I never knew how to use. I uploaded really stupid videos to a channel out there in the abyss that I hope none of you ever find. That is the goal, right? No one should ever see that. But I did that, and I came back here and there. I tried to record on my computer, and they were not very great quality, even though some of them were cool ideas. I was just a kid trying to pursue a dream without the money and resources to do so, or even time a lot of the time. And then I was home from college one summer, very recently, coming up on 2 years soon. This summer will be 2 years. And I decided to take a risk on myself. It was with help. I talked to someone about it and got the encouragement that meant a lot to me to pursue that dream, to just go for it. I didn't know if I should dump all the money on it. I didn't know if it was going to work. I didn't know anything other than that. I wanted to do it desperately. And if I didn't believe in myself, I couldn't go for it. And it wasn't like I was on the edge of, not paying rent. I didn't even have an apartment back then. It wasn't like I was on the edge of being dirt broke. I'm not trying to encourage like, hey man, spend your life savings, go chase your dreams. It's not what I'm saying here necessarily. But it was a big chunk of money. Even when I was trying to minimize the cost. I didn't want to, I didn't just buy a PC right away. I didn't just buy all the equipment. I still have a 720p Logitech, I don't know, somewhere between like $30 to $60 camera. That's still the only webcam I have after 2 years, almost. We're coming up on 2 years. That was where I cut some cost. I have face cam here and there sometimes. I brought my Elgato, which I've had since then, and have taken as best care of as I can. I brought my mic, same thing. I've had the same ones since, and I gave it a shot. I was streaming Final Fantasy 16. That's how this started. I streamed Final Fantasy 16. I played a number of RPGs that I loved, fully through on the channel, and I saw minimal success. Whole series, I used to spend in hours, and what hurt, though, wasn't the lack of success. What made it difficult? It was when things didn't go well. I had times where my computer corrupted hours of footage and it was gone. I had times where I was trying my hardest to get something out, where I would do a whole video just for it to somehow bug out and lose the whole thing. I was in college full time, coming home from 9-10 hours worth of classes in a day,
and I was coming back and I was trying to knock out a video while exhausted just for the video to get like screwed up. So maybe I made a stupid mistake while I was tired and my mic was off the whole thing, or maybe the game sound was off the whole thing, or something like that, something bad, something stupid, something that shouldn't have happened. Sometimes OBS would just reset my settings. I would come home and think everything's there, the mics are set, the games are set, and I make a dumb mistake and the whole video would be gone. And there were many times where that would happen, where I'd be very upset, or I'd be very stressed, and times that I hit the wall and wanted to quit. And I had people in my life who pushed me to keep doing it, who pushed me to not let that stop me. And I chugged through it. I redid videos if I had to. I kept making up new series. I bore with the streaming and then lost being able to stream and continue putting things out. I kept putting in the hours and the hours, even if I wasn't getting nearly as many views, because I wasn't gonna change what I wanted to produce just to get a few quick views. I've seen some channels, and I'm not judging or hating on anyone, but there are definitely channels where they are just built around the algorithm, manipulating the algorithm, and they only pump out algorithmic, and I don't want to say it this way, but I kind of have to, algorithmic slop. And I don't mean that any creator is less than another. I don't mean that I'm somehow better than them because of what I do. What I mean is that it's not with heart. It's not them that they're putting out. It's easily like you would look at a tips and tricks YouTube video on here's how to work the algorithm, and that video is clearly siphoned from one of those. I think you know what I'm talking about. And I think viewers have the ability to tell when someone's made a video like that. Sure, it's good for farming some clicks, farming some views, but it's not sustainable in my take. And I've seen channels come and go, fall apart because they're manipulating the algorithm, and then they get burned out with it, or then they try to do something that's not algorithmic and it flops and that makes them lose hope, or people get sick of the algorithmic pattern. That happens, right? And I never wanted to be that. I never wanted to do this to aim for making money. I never wanted to do this to aim to be rich. I never wanted to do this to pump out algorithmic content that wasn't me. It's not what I do. Now, some people might consider what I do to be lazy in some aspects. I don't do tons of edits unless it's typically Pokemon series videos, which is Radical Red, which I currently have going on every week, one on my channel, one on G-Freak's channel, little plug, but an example, and Emerald Legacy. And Infinite Fusion was like that as well. I put that on pause and did Emerald Legacy when it was big and still need to finish that game, but that's what I mean. Those kinds of videos, I put in a lot more effort into editing, and I edit the whole way through, usually with some effect or some jokes or some things like that. But my main Pokerogue, my main RPG content, I rarely edit unless it's just smoothing some things out. I don't really go deep into it. And some people may consider that to be lazy content. Maybe that's a turnoff for some people. I don't know. But it's real. It's me. And I want you guys to be a part of that. I want you to see my rage moments and my screw-ups, my dumb moments a lot of the time too. Even if I remove it from the initial part of the video, I put it in as bloopers like I did in the card game just recently. I make a blooper right at the end, like, hey, if you want to see something really stupid, click this, right? I put out the RPGs right now. I've been double uploading every day because I want to actually get through these RPGs, but when you watch them, and a lot of you have commented this, and it really hits my heart. I know this is about Pokerogue, but for those of you who watch Pokerogue and the RPGs, it means so much because that is, just like Pokerogue is, that is really me. That is me enjoying games I love. There's a reason I'm called Voltage RPGs. I absolutely love RPGs. I loved them so much that when I thought about what do I want my channel to be based around, it was this. It was actually a coin flip between whether I'd be a gaming channel or go into a different kind of content channel. And I chose gaming, and RPGs was the core of that. I do play other games on RPGs, but I didn't want to go Voltage Games. I mean, how many games channels are there, right? I didn't want to go Voltage Games. So I went Voltage RPGs, and they mean the world to me. And sometimes I know the games I play are a little bit reach and if they're an RPG, but a lot of games count as RPGs, you know? So I want to always make my videos real and raw. That doesn't mean the quality won't increase. And I mean, that's why I invested in getting a real good PC so that way the quality would increase and I don't run into issues like I used to anymore, because that was another one where like I'd wanted a PC for years. You guys were the kick that I needed to say, okay, let's do it. Let's invest safely and work hard to make this worth it. That's why I put these videos out now. I don't double upload to like content farm or spam the algorithm. I love the games I'm playing. I want to actually beat them for y'all too. And RPGs, without making 3-hour videos a pop, they're long games. And double uploading to cover multiple games a day is really the best of the best because there's so many niches of content, and it gives you guys so much to watch, although never more than about 2 hours a day. And I don't expect everyone to watch every video by any means. I definitely don't. But I appreciate those who do, as crazy as you are, and those who even watch some. It means a lot. It's great. And again, that all starts with here. So those were just a little insight into me, a little more about Voltage, and a little more about what I have overcome. And it's not as if, oh my God, whoa, you know, what was me, right? But it is that, like, this was a struggle for me. This was a turning point, and you guys were what motivated me. I said that I had people who motivated me to do so, even after I started Pokerogue and started seeing a little bit of success. I didn't blow up. It took a long time to hit 100. It took a long time to hit every marker past that, and there's no shame or complaint in that. But I don't always bring my personal life into videos, and I try to rarely do, especially the negative. And there were really hard times when Pokerogue was first being made, especially before that. Before Pokerogue took off, I had a very, very difficult year, to say the least. It was hard. It was definitely nothing easy. And without going into all the ins and outs of that, near the end of that, this was kind of a turning point. And when the hard times came past that, because they did, looking at you guys' comments, looking at you guys' looking at the views, you know, for a video doing good, seeing the likes, knowing you guys are happy, but especially the comments. Everything means a lot to me. But I love when I can talk with you guys, see your opinions, and respond back. I respond to every comment to this day. I had someone recently thank me for that. They're kind of like really happy about it. They acknowledged it, I guess is a better way to say than more so thanked. But they were saying that they noticed that I comment on everyone and really appreciating it. So I guess it was kind of, you know, a thank you, right? I'm all over the place, man. But of course, there's never a need to thank me for that. Eventually we will grow, hopefully, to the point where it becomes hard to do that. Harder. Sometimes it is. I usually get back within 2 days. Maybe on the rare occasion, a slight bit longer. But that's why the channel memberships, as they grow bigger, I have to prioritize the members first, and we'll always get theirs. But so long as it is feasibly doable for me to respond to every comment, I will do so, because each of you has been amazing to me. And even I recently had a hater situation. You may have seen this, right? I think it's so funny, and believe me, I'm not bothered by that in the slightest. It's actually kind of a positive to me. I got a hater. I'm not going to call them out. I don't want to draw any attention. I'm not even going to point to what videos they've been on. You may have seen it. You may have not. Don't harass anybody. I have to tell my own, you know, fellow friends. You've seen G-Freak and DJ. They've been in videos before, and they'll see it, and they tend to say something. And I laugh because I know they're messing around. But really, let's not harass anybody. But I've seen that happen. Have a hater. Okay? A guy who says, like, the videos suck. That should quit. That I'm really bad at the games. Classic stuff. And that makes me smile. Because if I'm actually having someone, like a hater, it tells me I'm doing something right. And that makes me really happy. So, I mean, I could have imagined someone taking the time to hate before. There was nothing worth hating on. Now I've got something worth hating on. And that touches me a little bit, you know? So, but to each of your comments, I will always continue doing so. And I still think you're all amazing. Even the haters, even the negative comments. You've helped me grow, or you've motivated me, or you made me smile. And the positive ones, believe me, if I could just read my mega list of each and every comment and appreciate each of you by name, I would. So that's some insight to me. I know this kind of branched off topic past just Pokerogue. I don't know if anyone's listening. We're at 40 minutes of footage. I'm not cutting it though. This is just you and me, guys. A chat between Voltage and the Voltage crew. And I want you guys to see more of me. So that's to say, Pokerogue will continue, baby. You saw all of our goals. I got one more thing to show before I end the video, but you saw all of our goals. We got so much more we can do. Pokerogue videos will continue coming so long as y'all continue loving them. But consider checking out the other content too. Consider checking out the RPGs. Consider checking out the other Pokemon series if you're interested in seeing me play like actual Pokemon games. ROM hacks particularly, but we will be doing a Legends Arceus series soon. And we will be doing a Legends ZA when it drops. We will be definitely covering those. So, you know, that's something to take a look at if you're interested. Take a look at, again, the RPGs. There's so many games. Switch 2 is about to drop. Many games with that. Many games into this month. Elden Ring Night Rain, you guys know is coming. There's a couple other surprises in there. A couple surprises that have even surprised me, like Oblivion dropping randomly, or having to check out Clair Obscure Expedition 33 and seeing how amazing that's been. So, you know, just a little thing, but don't worry. Pokerogue is going nowhere. This is a year later, and hopefully a year from now, we'll see 2 years of Pokerogue, and I hope there's a lot of changes. I hope that there are a lot of changes a year later, right? Look forward to that. So, what's the final thing? Well, obviously, there's not going to be a Pokerogue run in this, and a lot of you probably clicked off of that, and I get it, man. I get it. But, there's no hate there. I don't expect anybody to sit here and listen to me yap for 40 minutes. That's a lot. But, what I did want to go look at is this. The starters I first played this game with. I think I randomized them, if I remember correctly. I'd have to go back and kind of, like, look through the video. I think I rolled them on my own, like off screen at the time. That's something I'd done, but I rolled Gen and starter, and I ended up with this: Totodile, Scorbunny, Bulbasaur. So Pokerogue 1 year later, the video side of it, I will do a run with those exact same on. So Bulbasaur, how are you looking a year later? Now look at this. This is a year. I had the first one. Maybe I've caught another, apparently it seems. 2 eggs, 12 candies. A year later, he has Sappy Seed and Machagacha, which are very good on him. But damn, not a shiny, still missing 2 moves, 12 candies. Like, this was an OG, and he's got no love. He's got no love, so that's tough. Totodile, however, oh, you've been a hitter, buddy. You've gotten some love. D-Dance, Play Rough, Thunder Punch. Now, we do need to show off that Play Rough. I haven't gotten to try that out. We did get to farm up Tough Claws on him, right? He only has Torrent when we really want Sheer Force, so we are missing that hidden ability. 5 eggs, 5 caches. But he's made a lot of progress since then. He's done good. And then finally, the last OG, Scorbunny. 30 candies, all his moves are here. Extreme Speed, High Jump Kick, Triple Axle, and Bolt Strike. He's going to be kind of nuts. I see he has no fire move though. I guess I have to delete one of his egg moves for a fire move at a point. Probably E-Speed or High Jump Kick. But there he is. He's also got Sheer Force and whatever his Evo gets later. 30 candies, which means we are pretty close to... Oh, we can get his passive right now. Wow, exactly 30. That 9th egg did it. There's his ability, his passive. So that will be the next run, which is what? A cost of 4, a cost of 3, and a cost of 3. So that'll be the full team. Those will be our starters, and we're going to see 1 year later if my original team can come get a win in Pokerogue. So, if you're interested in that or excited for it, leave a like, comment your thoughts down below, and of course, subscribe if you want to see more. As I said before, we're aiming for 700 subscribers. I would love for more of you to join the Voltage crew. Thanks for sitting with me. Thanks for talking with me. I don't know what you guys may have to say in the comments, if anything. I don't know how many of you actually see this, as it doesn't end up being a run, and I'm so sorry about that, but there will be one based on this, I promise. So, I'm not trying to like bait or anything like that. I'll probably make this clear, as clear as I can on the thumbnail. But thanks, I appreciate you, whoever's sitting here at the end, and I hope you have a great rest of your night, day, evening, morning, whatever time it is that you're watching this. I'll catch you all next time. I want to say something more, but I don't even know what to say. I'm just smiling. Just know that I'm smiling. I'll see y'all next time. Voltage out.